David Bhagwan. 8 years ago, I saw you on TV. There was a report about the Pune ashram. I saw you doing the energy darshan, putting your finger onto the third eye of some people, causing them to fall down. At that moment, I recognized you. It took me 6 years to sit in front of you. The first time you looked at me, I fell down, and there was a flash in my brain. Now, sitting in front of you, closing my eyes, I see a big black spot. Inside this black spot, there is a white one. This white spot comes nearer and nearer, whirling in a circle. But just before the black spot disappears totally, I open my eyes. Please say something about what is going on. Give us. What happened to you was tremendously significant. Rare and unique. It is one of the contributions of the East to the world that between these two eyes there is inside a which normally remains dormant. One has to work hard to bring his whole sexual energy upwards against gravitation. And when the energy reaches the third eye, it opens. So many methods have been tried to do that. Because when it opens, there is suddenly a flash of light. And things which have never been clear to you suddenly become clear. For example, yoga has tried Sirsasana, head standing on your head. The basic purpose was to use gravitation to bring your energy to the third eye. Perhaps even the so-called yoga teachers of today are not aware of this. because it is not written in any scripture. It was given as one of the secrets from the master to the disciple, whispered in his ear. There have been other methods when I emphasize on watching, witnessing. That is the most finest method to bring the third eye into action. Because that watching is inside. These two eyes cannot be used. They can only look outward. They have to be closed. And when you try to watch inside, that certainly means there is something like an eye which sees, who sees your thoughts, not these eyes, who sees that anger is arising in you. That seeing spot is symbolically called the third eye. Witnessing is the most refined method. Depending on the gravitation of the earth can prove dangerous. If the energy comes too much, flowing as a sludge, it can destroy your very small nerves in the brain. And they are so delicate that even to imagine their delicacy is difficult. In your small skull, there are 7 million nerves, not visible to the eyes. And they are so delicate, so sensitive, that if a flood of energy comes, many of them will be washed away, broken. When the science is going to enter into this field, they have already begun work that why animals have not developed the brain. The reason is that the animal's body is horizontal to the earth. So the animal's energy flows all over his body in the same proportion. Those delicate brain cells cannot evolve. It was all due to man standing on his 2 feet, because his brain is against the gravitation. Very small energy reaches there. That became the opportunity for delicate cells to improve. And you can see it in your so-called yogis. You will never find a very sharp, intelligent man. They may be able to do many distortions of the body, you will not see in their faces the aura of intelligence. They have not contributed to human consciousness in any way. What has happened to them? They are not themselves aware. Each person has to find out the right time how long he can spend on his head without destroying his brain system. According to my findings, 3 seconds is more than enough. Less will be better. Just a little rest and you are back on your feet. Just a little rest will nourish your brain, will not destroy the delicate structure, and will help to open your third eye. But it is dangerous. You know perfectly well, in the night when you go to sleep, you need a pillow. Have you ever thought why? It is a protection for your brain. Because if you lie down without a pillow, the energy flow will be horizontal like the animals. And 8 hours sleeping, it can destroy your brain system completely. Even 3 seconds can be too much. It depends how much delicate system you have got. The idiot can stand for 3 hours and nothing will happen. Because there is nothing to destroy. The more intelligent you are, the less time is needed. For a genius, it is very dangerous to spin on the head even for a single second. That's why I say I don't use that method. Witnessing is the best. You close your eyes and you start watching. In that very watching, your third eye starts opening. I used to touch with my fingers people's third eye. But I had to stop it. For the simple reason because I became aware that stimulating the third eye from the outside is good if the person continues to meditate, continues to watch. Then the first experience coming from the outside soon will become his inside experience. But such is the stupidity of men that when I can stimulate my third eye, you stop meditating. You rather start asking more and more for energy meetings with me. Because you have not to do anything. I also became aware that for different people, different kind of and different quantity of energy is needed from the outside, which is very difficult to define. Sometimes somebody falls completely in a coma. The shock is too much. And sometimes the man is so retarded that nothing happens. You have seen on TV that touching by my finger on the third eye, people were going into some inner state You have been, for these 6 years, must have been thinking to know that inner space yourself. So when you came here, and the first time I saw you, the experience happened without even touching your third eye. You were almost ready, just on the verge of it. To see you is also a way of touching you. Remove way of touching. Psychologists have found through many experiments that 3 seconds is not offensive if you look at someone. It is casual. You are passing on the road, you look at someone, but more than 3 seconds, it becomes offensive. Because your eyes start without your mind, without the knowledge of the other, stimulating his third eye. And if he has no idea of it, something crazy is going on. In Hindi, words are very significant because they have been coined very consciously. In Hindi, eyes are called lotion. And the man who looks at somebody more than 3 seconds is called Licha. That is from lotion. A man who looks at a thing critically is called alochak. That is also from the same root lochak. It may have just been a coincidence. 6 year long in your unconscious It was lying down like a seed, and when you came here and I looked at you, suddenly there was a flash and you fell down. But it is a tremendously fortunate state. It means your third eye can function very easily. Just try to watch with your eyes closed, and the third eye will come more and more active. And the experiences of third eye are the doors to higher spirituality. Third eye is the sixth center. Seventh is the highest. And sixth is very close to the highest center of your experience. It prepares the ground for the seventh. At the seventh center, you become not only a flash of light, but just light itself. That's why the person who reaches the seventh center, his experience we call enlightenment. His whole being becomes just pure light, with no fuel, because any light that needs fuel cannot be immortal. There is no fuel, hence the light has an eternity. It is the experience of your very being and the being of the universe. The second thing you say, now sitting in front of you, closing my eyes, I see a big black spot. Inside this black spot, there is a white one. This white spot comes nearer and nearer, whirling in a circle, but just before the black spot disappears totally, I open my eyes. Why you do that? You are asking me or I should ask you? That is the point when you should not open your eyes. But sometimes it happens in spite of you. I have told my people to meditate with a blindfold on your eyes. So when in spite of you, your eyes want to open, they cannot open. Let the black spot disappear completely, and you would have moved in a new consciousness, in a fresh space. Deva Jagat, everything is going on perfectly good. Just you should not open your eyes. Perhaps you become afraid that, my God, all darkness is disappearing. Just let me see by opening the eyes what is happening. But by opening the eyes, you destroy the whole experience. That is the moment to resist the temptation of knowing what is happening. Let it happen, because you will know only when it has happened. And once you have known the black spot disappearing, that black spot is you, and that white spot is your consciousness. The black spot is your ego, and the white spot is your being. Allow the being to spread and let the ego disappear. Just a little courage. It may look like death because you have been identified with the black spot and it is disappearing. And you have never been identified with the white spot. So something unfamiliar, unknown is taking possession of you. These are the reasons why you open your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Your mind may give any rationalization. Don't listen to the mind. When you have come to me, give me a chance, listen what I am saying to you. If your mind comes in between, put it aside. Your mind is your misery. Your mind is your bondage. An old retired Jewish widow is sprawling on the beach in Miami when she suddenly spies an old Jewish man lying alone in the sun. Excitedly, he trots over in his direction. He stops in front of him and says, "I have never seen you around here before. What is your name?" "Max," he replies, "and you don't see me because I am rarely around anywhere." "Why? What do you mean?" asked the widow. "Because I just got out of jail, that's what I mean." He replies, "I was in for a year." "Jail?" The old widow steps back a pace and surveys him critically. "What for did you go to jail?" "Ah, just petty theft." The old man says and shrugs. "Ah, I see." The woman takes a step back to him. "That's a small crime. No big deal. All the same, you should be ashamed." "Not near as ashamed as I was when I got the 10-year jail sentence." The old man sighs. 10 years? The widow in alarm stumbles back a few more paces. "God, what did you do to get 10 years?" "Just armed robbery." The old man shrugs and rolls over on his beach towel. "Armed robbery? That is serious. I hope to God you are sorry for such a thing." The widow scolds him while at the same time returning a little closer to get a better look at him. "I was sorry, all right. I had just finished 20 years in the slammer when I picked up that sentence. I had hardly seen the light of day." The old man sighs heavily in remembrance. 20 years? What kind of man are you? The widow, panicking, leaps several yards away from him, ready to run. "What on earth did you do to get 20 years in jail?" "I murdered my wife." The old man replies, "You are single," she says, as she unrolls her beach towel beside him. "Just a little courage." The moment you see the black disappearing completely, just a little courage. Keep your eyes closed. And it may bring you a great transformation that comes to people in life effort. It is coming to you so easily can mean only one thing. In your past life, you must have worked, but the work has remained incomplete. This time, don't leave it incomplete. Let this life be your last life in the body. When the whole universe can become our body, why should be confined to the small body? It is imprisonment. Okay, dear. Yes, Bhagwan.